On Power Talk this week, we are very pleased to be hosting Isaac Nzioka, who is the Chief Operating Officer of Old Mutual East Africa Group. And we're talking about all matters insurance and how to ensure that we are expanding access to that amongst the general population. Isaac, thank you so much for joining us on Power Talk.
Thanks, Yvonne, for having me.
Great. It's a pleasure to have you with us. I'd like us to begin by getting your thoughts on where you see corporate Kenya, and particularly with matters of insurance, insurance penetration and uptake. What's your sense of where we are with that currently?
Well, corporate Kenya is a resilient force that drives the growth of the economy with services and driving demand of the same. And in terms of consumption of insurance services, we continue to see growth year on year. Of course, with insurance is affected by economic circumstances, and with hardened economic circumstances, we see sometimes demand decreasing. So while it's growing, the growth in the recent past years has not been as fast as the previous years. But there is great potential. Insurance penetration in Kenya is just about 3% of GDP. So there's quite a lot in terms of what we can do to drive much more insurance consumption through corporates and as well as retail customers in the market.
Yeah. Between retail and corporates, where do you think there needs to be greater improvement, or is it, just about the same?
Well, it's across each, because the needs vary and differ from one segment to the other.
Yeah.
And so insurance is about protecting yourself against future risks and what might be for either a person or a business or an enterprise. And so whether it is on the retail side or corporate, there's still a lot of areas of growth that we see in the market.
Okay, all right. So even as we speak about that growth in the market, let's focus on Old Mutual now. What role does innovation play, particularly in your strategic approach? Maybe you can tell us about that and maybe some recent or upcoming initiatives that you have in mind.
So innovation is a fuel for growth, to do new things or different things, or to do things differently, which is really what innovation is all about. And at Old Mutual is at the heart of our transformation journey that we've been on for the last 3 years, more specific to the discussion today. So we see innovation driving improvements, in customer centricity, operations efficiency, or driving growth. And at Old Mutual, we are working on each of those areas. Customer centricity, the first thing being to understand customer needs, because whatever solutions we give, they can only be useful if they are relevant to customers. And that's something we've invested in, market research, use of technology and data to understand customer needs, and then building solutions either to improve access for customers, where we've seen there's a need for customers to have, to not complicate how they access insurance services. And so simple things like a one-stop shop. We've unified our branches, where now you walk into a branch, a number of our branches, not all of them, but a number of our large branches, and you can access any of and all of our services in that one branch in one sitting, as opposed to being sent to different places. Yeah. Operations efficiency in terms of how we run business, automations and making business more efficient, and then driving growth by introducing new solutions, new products, thereby either meeting many more needs of the same customer or meeting new markets through innovation. So that's something that we are focusing on at Old Mutual. So some of the specifics I can talk about in terms of access, I've talked about our unified branches. We build a digital platform, we call it My Old Mutual, in which now through that one platform, customers can access all our services through one point of access. We are continue to expand which offerings are available there. But the vision is through one platform, you can get banking, you can get investments, you can get insurance, savings, asset management through one portal. And we continue to push that, leveraging on data, for example, and investing a lot in data science to better understand customers and recommend the best offerings to them.
Yeah, and that sounds like quite some investment in technology and digital transformation, right?
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, great things you need to invest,
Yeah.
and technology is one of the key ones we're investing in. I've talked about the digital channels.
Yes.
But we're investing also a lot in modernizing our core applications. So across all our lines of business, insurance, investments, asset management, banking, we are upgrading all those platforms, to ensure that those platforms themselves are efficient. So cloud services, for example, to make sure that how we deliver service to customers is efficient, is quick, and is fast, and is also accurate. Because those are the things customers want when they are dealing with a financial service provider. Over and above that is creating the integrations capability. Because for us to achieve our innovation agenda, it's not just what we can do, but also what we are doing with the partners around us, fintechs, large multinationals, telcos, banks, and all that, and even our customers, our corporates. So integrating their back-end systems with ours to make, again, the engagements that much more smooth is an area that we're investing quite a lot on. And also for technology, investing in security. It's a major area of focus for us, because as innovation, as technology improves and develops, so does the threats that come with it. And not just threats of access to our services, but also customer data and the protection of the same, which is fundamental. If customers are to trust us and to trust the data they give us and the service that we give them. So we're investing quite a lot in terms of technology, core, the overlying systems around it. But one other area I'd like to mention we've invested a lot on is the customer front end that helps us to understand customers better. So we've automated a customer feedback tool. I mean, say feedback is a breakfast of champions, and we want to be champions. And so through an automated customer feedback tool, now at every touch point, be it at a branch, a call, an email, a claim being paid, or access service to hospitals or garages or whatever it is, we're able to get real-time customer feedback, understand, one, what are their needs and how are they evolving and how do we then meet them. But number two is also their view and perception of service that we are giving them. So then we can see which areas do we need to improve on. Is it our time, throughput, how long we are taking to do things? Is it the attitude? Is it, so that feedback is I would say is probably the key driver of our innovation focus, so that the things that we're focusing to build are the things that customers are telling us. Then we know and get back to the customer, that's what they want to acquire.
And you're seeing some good sort of feedback in terms of how you're able to then improve your service offering back to the customer? Because this is happening in pretty much real time, right?
It is. And so for a financial service provider like Old Mutual, we provide services. And so it's critical that you stay close to what the customer experiences. Are they satisfied or not? So we've got key measures that we track continually. Net Promoter Score, effort score. How much effort does a customer need to go through to get through to us, or through an agent or such? Customer satisfaction index. And we've seen month on month, year on year, that score is improving. We're almost getting to now what we think is the rate of a good financial service provider as an organization. And so we're seeing the benefit of our investments through what customers are telling us, that many more customers are finding our services meeting their needs. They are saying, yes, we would recommend Old Mutual to our friends, to our family, too. And so that to us is the evidence that what we're investing in is working.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've been on a new campaign. Is it still new? But it's ongoing. So tell us about this campaign, what you hope to achieve and what you think the impact will be, not just for your customers, but for the insurance industry as a whole. We talked about that at the start of this conversation in terms of ensuring, greater penetration, across the country and indeed the region. So what would be, tell us about the campaign and what you hope its overall impact will be.
So, to start off, we want to make sure that Kenyans, business owners, every man on the street, men and women on the street, is aware that financial services, insurance, banking, investments are available and they exist to support them to achieve their financial goals. So that's broadly what I would say, because a lot of research shows part of the reason why penetration is so low. One of it is just awareness. The people don't immediately realize that by taking an insurance policy for my business, should something wrong happen, this insurance policy then will come in to put me back, and then I can be able to continue creating resilience. And I mean, times that we are living in now are hard. The economies globally, they are challenging times. And during such times, people tend to discount the future and just focus on survival.
On now, yeah, right, yeah.
So the message is, you actually need to remember that these things happen in cycles. So there's a downturn, but it will come up. And the focus is on resilience, going through this trough, so that then when things start picking up, you're there and you're able then to harvest or to leverage the growth that will come. And insurance then comes to give you that certainty. And so Old Mutual established 178 years ago, its main purpose and objective was to be a certain friend in uncertain times. And so during times when you're thinking, okay, I need just to focus on now, we're there and reminding you that actually working with us, we can then give you the solutions that give you the resilience, to give you the peace of mind to know that let me then focus on my hustle.
Yeah.
There's somebody watching my back. If something goes wrong, they're able to come and sustain us. So for us as Old Mutual, the campaign is to pass that message. We are here. We've invested significantly to ensure, number one, we are accessible, and it's through any means. So when you talk about digital transformation, it is digital transformation, whether you come to the branch, whether you're engaging with us through an agent, whether you're calling our 24-hour call center, whether, whichever way is convenient for you and whatever time, we are now available. And that investment is to ensure that, yes, we are accessible, but we also have the right solutions for you. And especially for corporate Kenya, because you look at across, the full spectrum, large organizations, small, medium, micro enterprises. Each of them have, needs different and some similar.
Yeah.
But all of them, one of the key need every business has is the resilience and the plan that gives you that opportunity that should something go wrong, so unexpected outcome comes, then you have a backup that then ensures that you are not put down to zero.
Yeah.
You can still continue running with a partner that you have. Micro enterprises, small enterprises, for example, we've seen a need to simplify offerings for them because they are small, they don't have the full scope of internal operations that manage complex policies.
Yes.
So we've now created a bundled policy, one policy that covers all the needs of a small enterprise. One policy, you sign it off and you are covered for many, many things that then, once you do that, you can leave the risk to us.
Yeah.
Go and run your business,
right,
so that then be there in the future. So Old Mutual is here. We are resilient, 178, a few months we'll be 179.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of solidity that we bring to the market. We've got the skills, we've invested a lot in our teams, technical skills, customer service skills, but also you've got the financial muscle. You've got the capital to underwrite these risks that you're talking about, including the emerging risks. Things I've talked about, cyber, climate related risks, and also, of course, the traditional risks that every business faces. So we are here, and the message is to say that talk to us, talk to our advisors, talk to our agents, our branches, and we'll give you solutions for you.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Certain friend in uncertain times. That's a good place to leave it. Isaac Nzioka, who is the Chief Operating Officer of Old Mutual East Africa Group, joining us on Power Talk this week.
Thank you.